Okay, now let's begin assembly of the Gundam Cathedral Schwartzritter. And what you see here are the parts that makes up the what do you call it? The torso and the head. So some parts I've already pre-assembled, some I have to take apart, like these. And this one, hopefully I can take apart without damaging it. Because now I need to put this gray part here. And you have to put the poly cap that sticks out. I was originally going to leave that in there, but I said to myself, you know what, keeping it this tone of gray, the gray there. Well, this is actually, I didn't paint the poly cap. The poly cap is the color that you see there. So I said, let me just leave it there for now. Maybe not necessary for me to paint this and then all gold, or paint it all gold and then mask it off just to paint that the other color. Oh, of course, doing this, I have to do this. I forgot. So I stick that there, and that over here, because it goes into this hole. That was the reasons why I did that. So let's take care of, pull that out. Put this here. And then put that through there. There we go. Alright, so we have that. Then we have this followed by this. That goes like that. And then that goes here. Locks into place like so. Then we need these two parts here. That makes up the trim. One goes down there like that, snaps into place. And then this one goes here. Snaps into place like so. Make sure it goes all the way down. Alright, so the next one will be this gold trim part that goes here. And then, like I mentioned in the previous episode, this is supposed to be white, but I decided to make it gray. There we go. Alright, so now we have this part here that goes up through there. The ball cap goes there. And I'm kind of regretting that I should have painted this white and then leave this one gray. But it's, you know, it is what it is. I've already made my bed. So I'll just put this in here for now. It goes like that. And then it doesn't matter which position you would put it in. Put it like that. And then this one goes through here. Like so. Alright. Come out pretty good. Now the tricky part is the head. Let me just separate it a bit. I have some sticky gunk in there. Let me get it out. Here's my toothpick. Sometimes I recycle the tack, but if it has too much paint, I will just throw it away, since these things are very cheap to get. Alright, so we did that. We take this, that goes through there. As you can see the face mask there. And then we close this up. Come on, get loose. There we go. Now, according to this, you could put that there, but I think you need to put this. Hold on, I gotta see how this is done first. Alright. Yeah, you put this in first. Okay. And then you put the visor followed by the gold trim part. Is this the correct gold trim part? No, this is the incorrect gold trim part. I had two gold trim parts here in the build. Where the hell did I put it? And I thought, I said to myself, which one was this? I had two of the same. One was different from the other. Here it is. I guess this one can be put on without the visor, but you need this with the visor. And I painted both just in case. So you have your choice of either putting this on without the visor or this on with the visor. So you have your choice there. So there you have it. So the head and torso are complete. Let's now move on to the next part of the build. Alright, so the next part of the build is going to be the arms. And we're going to begin with the lower part of the arm first, but which I'm going to take these two parts together, remove them, and then we take this, we want this part down here. It should fit into place like so. We take this, close it up, then we take the polycap. And since this is the left arm, this little hole has to be in this side, like that way. Actually, yes, that's right. I did it right. I was under the impression I didn't do it right. So make sure it goes all the way. Then we take the goldy trim parts. Put one here. Put one there. Then we have this part that goes here. I was debating of leaving this on during the painting phase, but I decided not to because I didn't think it would be it didn't feel right to do that. And we have the gold trim part that goes right there. So a lot of gold trim here. And since this is the left arm, this part here has to go in this position. Squeeze it all the way up. There, that's done. This part goes down like so. And there you have it. So that completes the lower part of the arm, or the arm itself. But for the shoulders, this gets a little tricky here. Remember that I glued these and now it's nice and flush. But this part was like that. It had that little clip thing. But no need to worry. All I need to do is snip it off, like so. And since there's paint on this, this thing goes in and sticks in pretty well. So there you go. Now we have this part here. This snaps into place right there. And you have the back one that goes here. You see a bit of an annoyance. Even though it goes in, you have that little gap there. I wonder if there's leftover plastic coming from this guy. I'll take a look at it and I'll take it apart, but let's put this on. If I can figure it out, maybe I can glue it together using Elmer's glue. But we'll worry about that in a moment. Alright, so then we got this part here that goes like that. So it looks like this. Flip this up. Stick this arm like so. Bring this down. Put this hand here. I'm choosing the open hand. And there you have it. The arms of the Cathedral Schwartzritter is done. Very nice. Pretty cool. Alright, let's now move on to the next part of the build. Alright, so here are the legs, or the parts that make up the legs of the Cathedral Schwartzritter. And we're going to begin with this polycap here that goes right there, followed by the part here that makes up the foot. There you go. 2 parts, 3 parts, just to make up the foot. Very, very easy. Now we already pre-assembled this leg, and even though this was a different color part, I, didn't really need to paint this because it's going to be covered up with the other part. We'll show that in a moment. Then we have this part here, goes up through here, because this is part of the leg that bends. I'm going to seal this up right here with the part here. Just like that. Then we have this. It goes here, like so. And then we have this. Make sure you find the notches. There we go. Close it up, like so. And then we have this part. Make sure that this little hole is facing backwards here once you put it in, because it holds up the ankle armor. Okay. Then we put the foot there. Alright. And then going back to this, all you need is this part, which technically is part of the side skirt armor. Take the gold trim part that we painted before, so that goes there and that goes through there. And put this through here, and then just bring it up, and you have the side skirt armor, which will go on the waist unit. And there you have it. The waist, the legs and side skirt armor of the Cathedral Gundam is complete. Very easy. Easy peasy. Very nice. Alright, let's move on to the next part of the build. So the last parts that we're going to work on is going to be the waist unit and the backpack slash wing slash swords of the Cathedral Schwartzritter. We'll begin with the waist unit first. And I'm kind of disappointed that this part I don't have the part that I was missing. It just pissed me off. Eventually I will find it. It will be found. But for now, I need to put this one here first. And then we have this gold trim part that goes through there. There we go. That looks really nice though. And then we put it back in here. There we go. So that takes care of that. We have the ball cap that goes through here. And then we have the back skirt armor, which I believe this one goes through here. Oh wait, but first you need to take this part off. Oh, forgot about that. So I'll take that off. And ooh. Alright, now we put this one here first, because you have to have the clearance for this. Then we take this, Stick it in. And then put that in here. Alright. And then you have the notches here for this, for the these two parts. This is for the swords. You want to put one here. And put the other one here. There we go. So it looks like that. Alright, so that completes the waist unit. Quickly here to the side. Now this I have to carefully separate. I didn't want to do this, but I have no choice in the matter. Ah, crap. Something got... never mind. I need something to separate this. Hold on a second. Where is it? Where did I put it? I just put my knives onto the side. Now I can't find it. Give me a break. Oh, there it is. There we go. Remove that to expose this, so we can put this part we put this part over here. And you try to make sure you got the right guidance, you know. You need to know where it goes, so that goes there. A little chipping here and there, but I can repaint that with no problem. And then we have the gold part here that goes here, the trim. And that completes one wing. And here's the other wing. Done. Done and done. Alright, so the last thing would be this trim part here for the thrusters. They go there. And then we have this part that goes here. This part that goes there. And there we have it. Oh, but of course that should stay. There we go. Alright, so the wings and the waist unit of the Schwartzritter, Cathedral Schwartzritter are now complete. Let us now move into final assembly of this kit.